Yo, what up? This your boy DJ 250 in the building with
Willie, Deane.
And you're now tuned into FTS 518 podcast. All right, so we're going to skip the first part and we're going to jump into the second part. All right, so this conversation right here is fathers and daughters, the dynamics of fathers dealing with daughters. I'm going to be really short because I'm going to let you go into your part. I kind of feel like dealing with your daughter is like, it's like a relation. It's a relationship, like a relationship with a woman. Well, it is a relationship with a woman, but what's so different is you have to make this relationship work. So it's not like relationships where you're dating and you like, all right, I could just be done with it. If the relationship is crazy between you and your daughter, you still gotta somehow figure it out.
Right. So it's a developing woman, which you're helping develop. So it's like there's so many dynamics involved that it gets crazy. It gets crazy.
So all right, you was just telling me.
We were just talking, but so I had an incident yesterday where I was watching a movie with my family, my wife, my two daughters, and from the movie, my one youngest daughter, she's real emotional to the point where like, it gets frustrating sometimes. But in any case, we were watching this cartoon movie. It was a Disney cartoon, and there was a part in the film to where my daughter broke down and started crying, and as a man. And just the way men are viewed in society,
like we're not supposed to be.
Right. They have this stereotype that men are supposed to be so strong that we shouldn't cry.
We can't even. Yeah.
Right.
I cried today. I was watching the Mr. Rogers movie. It was emotional.
Listen, everybody cries. There's been films that have broken me down. But in any case, for some reason, if what threw me off was. I just didn't understand why my daughter was crying, and initially, I kind of scolded her
because she was crying.
Because she was crying about something that wasn't real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then I had
a kid though.
Right, but maybe I'm too tough on her as a father, and
maybe you are.
That's
maybe you.
That's my fault. But for me, it just threw me off that my daughter was so upset about something that wasn't real.
But remember, the thing is, her being a kid, her reality is different than our reality.
True. So
being an adult, it's like. You've grown to understand that certain things ain't real. When I was a kid, I thought Apollo really died in Rocky IV. So, I was super shattered that, like I said, I thought he died. So, a kid's understanding and also, when you watch a movie as a kid, say Karate Kid, and it's like, that movie was like, oh, Karate Kid was everything. You watch it 30 years later, you're like, this movie is not what it was when you saw it the first time. So, her reality is different because it's like, it's a cartoon, but when you're a kid watching Lion King, it's like that I even cried with the last one. But
then so after I scolded her, for I didn't think the whole thing out, but
it was a reaction. You reacted
right. I reacted instead of gathering the information in my mind and trying to relate.
To why she was
from her point of view, from a child's point of view, because I didn't take into consideration that she may have related the cartoon to her life. And maybe the loss in that cartoon, maybe she related that to the loss of potentially losing her mother or potentially losing her father.
Yeah.
So. I overreacted, and I felt horrible after, and ultimately I had to end up going back and apologizing to my daughter, and
do they make you apologize a lot? Because my daughter, she tried to guilt trip me.
No, I mean I just felt so horrible after, that I felt it was only right for me to go back and apologize. I've never been one of those dudes that has too much pride to apologize or admit when I'm wrong.
You got a song called Too Much Pride.
And so I had to just reevaluate the situation.
Yeah.
And even though I didn't go back and apologize right after, I took some time, because even when I get into arguments with somebody, I don't just go back and apologize immediately. I take time to absorb the situation, evaluate it, and see where I messed up, or see if there was a better way of handling the situation, a better way that I could have looked at the situation. So I did that, and I was wrong, and I had to admit that I was wrong. And
so as a parent, basically we make mistakes. Like
everybody makes mistakes.
No matter what age you're at, it's like we're gonna slip up. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna do the wrong thing sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
What I want to say is, in your daughter's defense, is I cried through like a lot of movies. So it's one of those things like, and I don't know if it's the movie theater itself, but because it's loud and it's big,
and it's dark.
It's crazy. like a perfect example, when I went to see Karate Kid with Will Smith's son. When you think of the parts where it's like he moved to a new place and they gave him a hard time, like the same thing with your daughter, she probably identified with a certain moment. So it's like, you're gonna just, like, my kids look at me in the theater like, yo, what part is he crying from? Because it doesn't affect them the same way. When I saw Godzilla versus Kong, the part where they were saying, you saw that?
Yeah.
When he touched the girl's finger, it was tears everywhere, and it was like when they said he didn't want you to know that he spoke sign language. Yo, she reminded me of your daughter. Did you think that? That girl remanded me of your daughter. You never look at it again.
I have to check it out again.
He's in the movie? Nah, but so I understood where she was coming from, because, like I said, when you watch, even with a lot of Disney movies, they have a lot of death in it.
Right.
So when you see, like when I saw Coco, it bothered me a lot, because it's like, it was, I don't remember exactly the whole movie, but it was like spirits. If you don't remember and think about those spirits, that they just go somewhere else.
Right.
That's gonna affect even adults, because we've experienced more death than our children have.
Right.
So, like I said, if you would have started crying, she could have scolded you.
Nah, but like I said, like I felt horrible, and I had to make that right. But I'm still a new parent myself. I'm
an old parent, and I still don't know what I'm doing.
Nobody's perfect. It's our job as parents to continually grow, to continually.
Paid for it. My son told me kids
are
you
do get paid. You do get paid from the return that you invest, the time that you invested in to developing your child and what they become. That's your product. That's the product.
If he says so. If you say so.
That's probably one of the most important jobs you'll ever have in life.
But
raising a child.
But I want to ask you this, going back to this. Do you feel your daughters guilt trip you? Like, because I feel...
let me give you a perfect example for that. They do it all the time.
My daughter not to cut you off, my daughter will cry and then not answer my calls for days. Talking about, yeah, mommy, know you over there suffering. You trying to make me suffer over something from like last week? That's crazy.
Let me tell you, my same daughter that I made the mistake of overreacting on in the film. So I had said that we're gonna go. They're into these fidgets now. Fidget
spinners.
Well, not the spinners, whatever. But they have these new things that occupy kids' time that they call fidgets. And she wanted to go fidget hunting, and I said we're gonna go, but I never gave her a time or a day. But for some reason, she came up with this perception that today was the day, and today was the time that everybody was gonna just load up into the car and we were gonna go fidget hunt.
That's how they do it.
But I was studying for an exam. There was a lot of things that we had to settle around the house before we could actually go out. So she was ready to go, and I was like, babe, we can't go right now. We can't go fidget hunting, and I'm not sure we'll be able to go today.
Yeah.
So she storms off. She's upset, and these iPads and these phones, So it's like I'm started back studying and stuff, and then before you know it, I just start hearing my phone going ping ping, and I'm getting these messages. So I look at the messages. And it's like my daughter with a sad face. Then it's my daughter with like sticking her tongue out. Then it's my daughter with tears rolling down her face. Yeah. And it's like,
what? But she was old enough to have Facebook.
And I'm feeling horrible, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, like, my daughter's crying. She's sending me pictures of her crying.
Super guilt trip.
Yeah, so it's like, damn, I felt like another one of those moments where you feel like a bad dad. Another one of those bad dad moments. But in any case, we were able to fix everything that we had to do.
Never fixed.
And we were able to go fidget hunting and she apologized too, because
that she tried to
manipulate me with
the
text.
manipulation is real. All right, we're gonna do a final thought, because I think
for sure. 10.
You could do it. You're the better dad. I'm just like I don't got much experience.
Nah, I just like to share. The reason I share this story with everyone is just to be transparent with everyone and just let you know that. Parenting is an everyday process, and it's something that we're not gonna just master. It's ever evolving, ever changing. The environments, the situation that our kids are in, and I would just encourage everyone to take the time to evaluate the whole situation and try to step in the children's shoes before you try to interfere or discipline your child. So to all the parents out there that are already doing that, special salute to y'all, and keep up the great work.
See, he's a great parent. I've been doing this for close to 25 years, and I still have no idea what I'm doing. Sean Reed, Willie Deane. Peace.